everybody. Welcome to Chanel's Reality. This is another episode of my reality. I'm Chanel, I'm your host, and this is all about my reality. So, thank you. If this is your first time, hello, welcome. Please hit the like button. Thank you for coming and checking out my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Like I said, hit the like button, share, subscribe my videos, and hit the notification button so that way, whenever I am going to upload or I'm going to go live or something like that, you'll have it'll notify you, so you'll know whenever I'm about to go live, or if you want to participate on the panel or something like that. So tonight I'm going to come here and talk about Beyonce, right? She's kind of, well, really, I feel like it's a Jay-Z thing, really. It's more about him, and she's kind of like just, unfortunately, seemingly collateral damage, in my opinion, on some level. So Beyonce and I are the same age. She's actually from my city, Houston, Texas. Shout out to Beyonce. She said in her documentary, the one where she got all like the black colleges or whatever together, and she went on tour. She used to, her and Destiny's Child members would come to my university, Texas Southern University. That's where I got my undergrad. Shout out to TSU Tigers. I also then went and got I have 3 college degrees. Dr. Wendy L. Steffel, shout out to her. I have 4 degrees, but anyways, I'm not that girl. But I did go to the University of Houston as well, and got a good degree from there as well. So shout out to them. Go Cougs. So, Beyonce is, I would say, a legend. She's in the legendary lane. She's definitely an icon, but I've never been a super Beyonce fan. I've loved all her albums. I don't know what's going on with this last album that apparently there was a movement going on I wasn't aware of, because it seems like every celebrity on planet Earth drank the Beyonce Renaissance Tour juice. I was just like, what is happening? All of a sudden, I'm getting all these emails and just notifications of everybody literally going to this lady's tour, which is, shout out to her. Do you think, girl? Because I'm like, if I'm Beyonce on the stage, I'm like, cha-ching, cha-ching. So, but again, this is not really so much about Beyonce, but it's kind of about Beyonce. So I said I was going to title this, why is Beyonce turning white? Listen, no shade. I like Beyonce. I do think, I'm not even going to go off on a tangent, but she was at the Super Bowl. Lots of people, because to me, the Super Bowl nowadays is just really a celebrity event, and overly priced. I want to be seen on TV. That's just what it is, in my opinion. So I've been getting all these notifications, because certain stuff, you hear about it, and you're just like, I roll my eyes, because I'm just like, oh God. And then I took a moment to, try to not be above reproach and listen to some of the things that people were saying about the Grammys and what Jay-Z, her husband, said. And so basically, people were saying that, his speech, Jay-Z's speech at the Grammys, not the Grammys, sorry, at this Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. First of all, we got to just be very, why are we allowing a person who has allegedly beat the snot, God bless her soul, out of that Michelle lady? Jesus, like the people that talked about it, about how like horrible he was to her and how he just would beat her into singing the song the way he wanted her to do it. It's beyond. But we live in a world that we're gonna overlook that because he made the Chronic too. Anyway, so we're gonna let this man give away awards. A man that's never apologized publicly and said this was terrible, or put on, let's fund some domestic violence. See, I'm not going to go on a tangent. I just want to know why he is giving anyone an award, and why anyone would be happy to accept this award. But based on what the streets are saying, listen, I'm not the street people. I'm your people, but I'm not the street people. And so I just didn't know. Like the whole thing with Diddy. Oh my God. And then so many people came out, and I was on different panels, and I'm like, they're like, oh, this has been industry knowledge. And I'm like, really? I guess because I'm just busy in my own world, Chanel's reality, just doing my own thing. So apparently I heard some chatter that you know, that allegedly, everything in this video is alleged. Okay, let's be very clear. And it's in my opinion. But so there's been the, you know, surviving R. Kelly. Then there's apparently now it's surviving, or somebody's gonna put out something allegedly about P. Diddy and all of the things that happened with his, I think either ex-wife or wife. I'm pretty certain. I just don't know her name. She passed away, and I don't even understand. But it's just not really clear how this young, vibrant, relatively young, vibrant, healthy woman just passed away. And then shout out to Make It Make Sense, Mims. Shout out to him. I love him. He did a whole like breakdown, and like he went into all of the people who are in P. Diddy's orbit, let's just say, have some degree of separation between him and those people, and then those people are no longer with us, some of them. It's very strange. But anyways, and so then, like I said, after that whole P. Diddy, you know, it's kind of calming down now, because Cassie won that $30 million really quickly. Like within 24 hours, they had her check cut, apparently, because she went poof and be gone. But the streets have been saying for, I guess, a minute. I wasn't tuned into that part of the streets, I guess, because I'm out here being a social worker. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here being a therapist trying to heal the world, just saying. And apparently the streets have been saying that Jay-Z's situation or whatever he's done is supposedly worse than P. Diddy. I don't know if I believe that, because I'm just not a conspiracy theorist, but listen, I'm just going to report what I've heard. That's it. It's, like I said, it's all alleged. So I did watch part of the Super Bowl. I wasn't 100% into it this year. I don't know. I don't like the no fun league, NFL, racist league, in my opinion. They have racist tendencies. But I was like, you know, we have people over, and my husband's friends came over and stuff like that. So I'm just like, you know, it's there, it's watching. I'll see it, whatever. And they showed, they like panned to Beyonce. And at first, I literally, 100%, I promise you, right hand to the man, I literally thought that was a white lady. I did not know that was her. And then I looked at her, because, you know, he's in her hemisphere, right? And I was like, oh, that's Beyonce. Like, I legit, right hand to the man, thought that was a white lady. Okay? But the crazy part is, apparently, she's been looking like this white lady that I guess, like I said, I wasn't paying attention. I've been hearing for years that, you know, oh, they're going to break up, they're getting a divorce. And then lately, last year, 2023, it seems like Cassie opened up a door and people just kicked it in. And shout out to Cassie for, you know, listen, she survived some stuff, you know, based on what she wrote in her lawsuit that, oh my God, God bless you, sweetheart. And I can't even imagine having to live through something like that. But shortly after that, somebody else came out with something. Oh, I just lost my train of thought, what I was about to say about Cassie and P. Diddy. Anyway, I know that people started saying that, you know, lots of people got came out the closet. And one of the people that allegedly, like I said, all this is alleged, came out of the closet was Beyonce and Jay-Z's alleged former security guard or something like that. And he did this whole rant. I hate to call it a rant, because if it's true, then it's not necessarily a rant, but you know, it is what it is. Basically, he went online and he seemed to just like let loose. He did that, and the other guy, I don't know his name, he was, I think, P. Diddy's security, like head of security, excuse me, for many, many years. And this is the thing. I know a lot of people talk about NDAs and stuff like that, and it's kind of like, okay, NDAs, you know, here's the thing. No matter how airtight an NDA is, one, my legal eagle mind, I'm not that much of a legal eagle, but what I do know is that if something is illegal happening, it's not covered under, or protected rather, under a NDA. So you can't say, okay, well, I had you sign an NDA, but I unalived this person over here and you can't say anything. No, that's not how NDAs work. Or any other thing that's a crime. You can't say, well, I can't tell that a crime happened, is my understanding. So, because at first I was just kind of like, how do you come out and just say all of these things about, this person? To me, it's less about the NDA part. It's more about just, I guess, if I'm a loyal person, I'm probably not going to be by your side for 20 years and watch you do all these heinous things. And then, when I guess the smoke is smoking and getting closer to me, now I have all of this conscience to talk about it. And I'm glad he talked about it. I was just like shocked. I was like, oh my God. And then the other thing too, I was just kind of like, I'm afraid for y'all. I'm just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, even with Mims, make it make sense. Shout out to him. And when he started coming on there every day, seemingly 2 and 3 times a day, I was like, we just ordinary people. And, I'm just like, and I feel like Mims, that's why I really like him, because it does come across as he is, one, intelligent. Anyone with an ounce of intelligence can see he's definitely intelligent. He's funny, he's charismatic, but more than anything, you can just tell that he has got he done some sort of research. He's just not coming on here just saying whatever and just seeing whatever sticks for clicks, So to me, he's respectable in that way. So I would watch him like, okay, that's interesting. He definitely painted a picture. But what was interesting to me is the people that were way closer, because Mims nowhere in P. Diddy's, hemisphere. But I'm like, how does the head security, whatever, bodyguard, how do they come out of the closet and say all these things? So it was just kind of like, made me wonder I always wonder when someone comes publicly and makes a statement that is incriminating or is basically going to rip someone else's reputation to shreds. I always wonder I always try to think of who benefits from this, right? And I don't see how either of those people, the Diddy guy or there's another person. Oh, the Beyonce guy, or Jay-Z, Beyonce and Jay-Z's security. I'm like, who benefits from this? And it just didn't make any sense, because again, I'm like, I've been listening to Beyonce since I was 16 in high school or whatever the case may be, or Writings on the Wall or whatever it was. So I'm like, that's 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago, right? You with her since, let's say, 15 years ago. That's a long time. You've seen a lot of stuff. That's trust. And it's just interesting to me that you're so trustworthy all these years and then boom, you just out the gate. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. Listen, I saw that Super Bowl and I was just like I told you, I was just like, so, oh, that's Beyonce. Oh my God. I was just like so shocked. I was just like, what is happening? So like I said other things before, because over the years I've heard things. I'm not that girl that just believes somebody simply because they on the internet saying it, even if they're on the TV saying it, because nowadays journalism, it's like they fool people who don't have, I don't want to say people are stupid, but don't have the wherewithal to realize that just because you put this lipstick on this pig does not make it a pig. I mean, does not make it something else. It doesn't make it pretty because you put it, and definitely because you get hired at Fox News or wherever and they put a big desk in front of you and give you all these, theatrics behind and give you the journalist side part of your hair. That doesn't make you a journalist. Just because someone's on TV on a network saying something doesn't make them a journalist. It just makes them a commentator. Someone commentating about an event or person or whatever, right? So, but because it's so mixed in, it's sort of like those hoarder people who can't throw things away because they have, they know that they have that one favorite CD or pictures of them when they were a baby mixed in with all the trash. So they can't get rid of anything because, anyways, it's sort of like that. So you have all of these people who are really trash, and they're not journalists in any sliver of that word at all, or of your imagination. They're not. They're people with beliefs that are not necessarily facts, but they state them like they are, right? So like I say all that to say this. People have been saying stuff about Beyonce, in my opinion, that I just never believed. Because I just don't believe things just because people say it. Like, give me some facts. Show me where you got this information from. Where's your empirical data is all I say. And People don't always do that. And so therefore I have to give you the side eye. Plus, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not in the beehive, but nothing that Beyonce does, in my opinion, that I am exposed to, says she's on drugs. To me. People, you know, they'll show these videos of her like, this isn't right, swing at like the courtside, you know, with her and Jay-Z or whatever. And she's moving her head and it does kind of look weird. But yes, if you slow anything down enough, it'll look weird. Or if you focus on something, it's sort of like if I put a thought in your head, if I say the lady in the red dress, even if you're not necessarily thinking about a lady in the red dress, now all of a sudden when you see the moment you see anyone who a lady who has on red, you think they're a lady. It's a manipulation. And I'm not saying that she wasn't high or was. I don't think she was, but you know, I can't confirm or deny. I don't know Beyonce, right? But it's a little bit dangerous, in my opinion, to say those things without proof. Because the thing about the world that we live in now, everything is on the internet. And all it takes is 1 second for them to grab that information and it is there forever. So all I say is just be careful, because this thing about life, the table always turns. Eventually it's your turn. And how would you feel if she was your daughter and people running around the earth talking about she's on drugs and she's this, that, and the third, whatever. Just saying, just think about it. So I try to be respectful. So, but I say that to say this. So now I see her on the Super Bowl, and I'm like, oh, I thought she was a white lady initially, and then I was like, whoa. And then now they got this stuff with Jay-Z at the Dr. Dre Global Impact Awards Grammys. I guess this was at the Grammys. Okay, I guess this was an award giving at the Grammys, because I'm just like, he has a whole award show, right? So that it makes sense. So yeah, now it makes sense to me. So Beyonce is dressed in this cowgirl outfit. So I'll show you what I have here, right? She's dressed in this cowgirl outfit, and it's weird. So I've heard recently that she's, I guess, maybe she made an announcement or whatever that she's gonna be a country artist, I think, or I don't know, but something like that has been brewing and people have been talking about it. I don't know if it's true or not. So people have been talking about his speech, Jay-Z's speech at this award show at the Grammys, and how it just seemed weird, and they've been basically doing what people do on the internet, which is pick you apart, just like a vulture. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go and listen. And so I just listened to part of it, and you know, I feel like Jay-Z was being his normal self in terms of who he is when he's not trying to be a rapper, right? He's charismatic. I understand why Beyonce would like him. One, he's a Sagittarius, and me and Sagittarius are like this. We get along really well. I'm a Leo, so just saying, fabulous over here. Just saying. But I love a Sagittarius. All my favorite people are Sagittarius. I do like some Virgos, but they get on my nerves. And some Scorpios are trying to be my friend right now, and I don't know. I don't know if I want the Scorpios in. I like them though, but I just don't know. I don't trust it. I don't know, because of other Scorpios that go from 0 to 60 in 0.25 seconds. This is why it's hard for the new Scorpios that are trying to enter. It's hard for y'all. Sorry, just saying. And so one of the things that people pointed out that Jay-Z said at the Grammys when he was accepting this award, a lot of people were just like, I said, parsing his words and stuff like that, which I'm just like, listen, let that man be. But if he is anything like Diddy, then don't let him be, okay? Bring him all the way to the front. Just saying. And they focused on the fact that he said, because from what I could hear him saying in his speech, he was talking about basically all of the people, or some of the people that came before him and won things and boycotted the Grammys and this, that, and the third. And I feel like he had a motivation. He had a reason why he was going on there to say it. He didn't, in my opinion, just off the top of his head. And so one of the things he said, and I felt like he was making a point, but in a passive aggressive way. I feel like. So Jay-Z says something to the effect of, you know, this young lady has had basically #1 hit after hit after hit, #1 album after album after album, but y'all still have never given this lady a album of the year, right? And this lady is Beyonce. First of all, Jay-Z, come to the front, okay? Let's just be clear. Okay, so she is your wife, right? I'm that girl that's like, no, he's my man. He's my husband. I'm not his wife. That's me, because I'm just kind of a little bit of a rebel. Okay, you'll learn that here on Chanel's reality, just saying. But I'm like, first of all, she's your wife. So first of all, that's how you need to address her. When you're talking about your wife, that's what you say. You don't say this lady. But I understood his I got what he was trying. He was intentionally saying it like that. Like this lady, but really she is one of the biggest pop stars on planet Earth ever. Okay? And then aside from her being your wife, that you need to address her that way, she's Beyonce. Okay? Just saying. And I'm not that girl. Please understand. I am not that girl that's like, oh, I don't think anyone's better than me or I'm better than them. Let's be clear. I'm just not that girl. I don't care how beautiful you are, how skinny you are, how fit you are, how talented you are, how whatever it is, intelligent. I'm just saying, God made me an original. I'm not going to try to be a copy. It just is what it is over here. It's not changing over here. It's not changing over here. But I can respect greatness, right? So Beyonce's, in my opinion, great in the lane that she's in, right? In the entertainment industry. But this entertainment industry is very savage. Our society, just in general, is savage, right? We love to build people up so we can tear them down. Now, everybody loves Beyonce now, and Jay-Z too. He's had a good run for many years. So did P. Diddy and R. Kelly. I remember being 10, my auntie playing, what was the name of that song? My Body's Calling for You, literally on replay, okay? And I'm that girl. I'm the one that plays things on replay. My husband be like, are you watching Hunger Games again? Yes, I am. Mind your business. Okay? I'm just saying, sidebar. I do that. I watch movies over and over again. And I listen to songs over and over again. It's who I am. Whatever. Again, I told you I'm an original. God made me an original. Why would I be a copy? Why? Why would I do that exactly? Just saying. Anywho, so all of these people are, basically, it seems like a reckoning that is happening in the entertainment industry. People have allowed so much malarkey and savagery to go on behind closed doors. And it seems like it's coming to a head now. Because I've heard people talk about how apparently after they're done, I guess, roasting Mr. Diddy for his alleged crimes, they're going to come after Jay-Z. So that's really what this is about. Because people are saying that, back to what he was saying about they didn't give this young lady a album of the year, and she continuously is killing the game. He's right. But people were like, oh, he said this young lady, and I'm like, I get it. It's a joke. He's basically saying she's great. And I don't even have to say her name, and you know exactly who she is. That's how great she is. That to me is what he's saying. And that my wife deserves it. But people took it as, and are running with, they're getting a divorce. And I'm just like, what are these people? And I'm not saying they are or aren't, but you never know what's going on in someone's behind closed doors. You never know. You just don't. People assume all kinds of things, and then it doesn't happen. So it's like, but I will say, there's some smoke. And usually where there's smoke, there's a little bit of fire on the way. So, although I don't believe all of this, drug allegations and or rumors or whatever about Beyonce and how apparently Jay-Z has been controlling her all this time, allegedly, I will say this. I'm not convinced, but some things just look a little weird to me now, right? So these things could just be what they are, because sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, okay? Sometimes it's not more than that. It just is what it is, right? So that's why I don't really believe all these, people talking about, oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z are getting divorced, or Beyonce is on drugs and he's, been holding her captive and let's free Beyonce, all of that. I don't believe it because I don't have any proof. But what I will say is, this is odd to me, that she just looks three shades lighter than she did previously. And listen, shout out to Beyonce. If she wants to be lighter, listen, that's why I said, I am a fan of letting people be who they are, because I want people to let me to be who I'm going to be, okay? But really, I don't need you to let me, because I am. Let's be clear. I'm going to be me, period. But it's easier if people accept it. You know what I mean? So my thing is, if she wants to be white or green or whatever, I don't care. My only thing is, with people like that, if they do that, not that anyone owes us, the public, an explanation, but I don't like when they lie about it, right? But this is the thing. If people for instance, with Oprah and the Ozempic thing. It's like, oh my God, Oprah's sitting around here talking about she wouldn't use Ozempic and blah, blah, blah. And then kind of find out she's skinny because she used Ozempic, allegedly. And I'm kind of like, one, Oprah don't owe you an explanation. Oprah listen, she's Oprah. She don't have to, and even if she wasn't, she doesn't owe anyone, any of us, an explanation for what she does. It's her body and she can do whatever she wants. That's number one. Number two, we all know it's a gotcha bag. We live in a nation, a world of gotcha bags. We just do, right? So this gotcha bag is, if Oprah tells us she's using Ozempic, all people are going to do is get on the internet and talk about how Oprah needs to lose weight, the hard way, and she's taking the easy way out, and, and she's rich, and she blah, 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 blah. That's what's going to happen. If Oprah decides to not tell people she's using Ozempic, then she's a liar, and how dare she not share it with the world. Like, it's just like, again, a gotcha bag. So Oprah says nothing, and it's still a gotcha bag. Is it just me? Am I crazy? I just don't feel like, why do people feel that they have the right? I'm not even a celebrity, but why do people feel like they have the right to know everything you're doing, and that you owe them an explanation, regardless of how you got skinny or overweight or whatever it is, how you got your baby, if you use a surrogate? It's nobody's business. If there is no people who are violated, nobody is being wronged, I don't know why they owe you an explanation. Whatever Oprah chooses to put in her body or not put in her body, if she chooses to have a chef there 38 weeks out of the year, whatever it is, that's her business. Let that lady live. So apparently it just looks like, Beyonce is doing some skin lightening. That's what it looks like to me, right? I just, and don't get me wrong, I have nieces and people in my family who are biracial, and people who are fully, like my husband's mother, for example. She is like right close to white. Be very clear, with the curly hair and all that. She's 100% black power, okay? Don't get it twisted. But her husband is literally my color. It's weird because their whole family, it's very, very strange. Like, all the women are light skinned, and then all the men are dark skinned, with the exception of one that I know of, that are not in the family by marriage. So all the men that were birthed out of the women, it's bizarre, but it's what it is, right? So I know very well that you could come from this person and be a completely different color. So my thing is this, and some people like they get lighter in the winter and darker in the summer. It's just people change. So my thing is, I'm like, okay, I could see how, if you're a superstar, and even if you're not, even if you're just somebody that's coming on a Tonight Show or whatever, and they put you the makeup on, they make your nose look skinny and your cheekbones look higher and your lips look fuller and all of these things, and they put light on you. I can see how if someone meets you in person without all the makeup and the lights, you're darker, right? They're like, oh, she's darker than she's supposed to be. So that's why I'm confused about Beyonce, right? Because if you have all the makeup on and the lights and the light, all of that, you wouldn't look lighter than you already looked for 20 years. That's the weird part, because it's like, we understand that you would look darker when they take off all the makeup and whatnot and the lighting, whatever, but she literally looks like she's like 3 shades lighter than she has been all this time, and all this time she's been in the makeup and the glam and all that. So it's like, well, who is this person? But I would say, if you go back to when she was, that documentary she did when she had Blue Ivy, her skin was pretty light. When she was in those, she had the braids or whatever, and she was sitting on the couch, and supposedly they were taping this in Houston in her third ward home that they lived in or whatever. She was light then. This is just different. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But that's the price of fame. It's the price of fame. I want to know if you guys think that, Beyonce is using drugs. I don't, but you guys tell me what you think. Why she seemingly seems to be turning white. Do you guys think that she's turning white? Is it just me? She looks pretty light-skinned to me. I'm just saying. Because now I think she announced she's doing like a country album or something. And people always want to have or maybe she already did it and she's about, I don't know. Because Beyonce lived what she say, She stopped the world when that digital popped. I stopped the world. Middle of female. It didn't matter. Okay. Beyonce said it don't matter. She said, world stop. Carry on. I know Beyonce. I do feel bad for her though, because it's like the industry she's in is just savage. It just is what it is. It's hard to stay at the top. And it's not easy to get there. Candy Bird said that. And that's why she said, that's why everybody don't make it. Candy Bird, she's right too. Shout out to her. But Candy, come to the front, sis. So ask Andy or Bravo, or maybe you're a part of the plan, I don't know. But it's just odd to me that you guys kept saying, specifically you, Candy, said a few times that, Bravo's dragging their feet and I don't know what's going on and they're making you wait. And that's part of the reason, that you left, because they were taking too long and you really felt like, you were enjoying your time off with your family, so on and so forth. And then, like, literally a week after you announced you're not there anymore because they've been dragging their feet. How did they just populate a whole contract for Portia Williams-Gubadia or whatever, however you say her name? Where'd that come from? They couldn't give you a contract that worked for you. And you are the longest running housewife in housewife history that never took a break, never fired, none of that. They couldn't give you your contract, but they found hers. No shade. Shout out to Portia, girl. But listen, I might watch now. I watched the last season too because I like Candy Burst. But I'm just saying. So back to Beyonce. There are lots of people on the internet saying that Beyonce's getting a divorce, and that's why Beyonce doesn't look happy. I'll show y'all this picture again. She doesn't look happy. I mean, in this photo, you can't really see it good, but there's another photo where she's just looking like, she don't look happy. And, people are like, oh, she didn't even want to be there. He drug her there. And I have to say, oh, that's Louis Vuitton. I thought that looked like Louis Vuitton. Look, I know Louis Vuitton when I was because she got on the Louis Bill. Okay. I don't have that Louis Bill. I have a gold one, but just saying. That's a cute one. Okay, so look, so her whole cowgirl outfit is a whole vibe. Okay, Louis Vuitton. All right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Have a little Louis Vuitton moment. Okay. So when you start adding things up, so the totality of it, right? So it's like, okay, why is he calling his wife Beyonce? This lady, when he's talking about, they didn't give her her due in terms of album of the year. She just looks like she don't even want to be at this Grammys or whatever this is that they're at. Supposedly there's supposed to be some big scandal after they finish dragging Sean Diddy Combs for everything. That they're gonna drag Jay-Z allegedly. And then I heard that Jay-Z apparently has children somewhere. Like I thought he had a son somewhere. But that's all and really I probably just found that out maybe a year ago. Because like I said, I'm in Chanel's world. So it is what it is. I'm in my world. So I never, and then this is the thing too. People have kids, and it's unfortunate because I'm team children, and that type of grief, it never leaves you. If you have a loved one and they either don't acknowledge you or no one knows that you're their child because there's some big star or big rich person or whatever, I'm sure that has to do something to how you feel about yourself and how you add up your worth. It's unfortunate, but that's what happens a lot of times. But allegedly, he apparently, allegedly has some other kids somewhere. I don't know. I ain't seen, because listen, this is my only thing. If Jay-Z have all these alleged kids everywhere, listen, Blue Ivy and little Blue Ivy's sister, those two are clones of Beyonce and Jay-Z. Because you see, they both look exactly like Beyonce and exactly like Jay-Z. Like, there is no questioning that that's the mama and that's the daddy, period. It is what it is. Ain't no questioning of it, So, show me the kids that's supposed to look, because I just feel like his genes are strong. I'm just saying. So, show me that photo where these kids look like him. Right, so, or grown-ups at this point. And then where's the little boy? Because weren't there twins? There was twins. There was two. So, I don't know. I don't ever see the little boy. Where is he? And And the other thing too, I don't want to believe that any of this is true. And I really don't believe, because like I said, show me a picture, show me a video, show me some evidence. We live in a very globalized world where it's on your phone. The satellite can pick up, what you talked about last week on your phone. Just saying. So I don't know, but we can't find the photos of all of Jay-Z's alleged children. I'm just saying, where are they? If these people exist, where are they? Come to the front. Where are they? Because I don't know any of them, and I just feel like we would know. Look at what the blue eye and they look just like. I'm just saying. Just tell me if I'm wrong. Stop me when I'm wrong. I'm just saying. And honestly, because people have been saying, Jay-Z has these alleged children. And this Monique story just broke too about, I didn't know, again, I'm in Chanel's reality. I did not know that Monique, the comic, I guess is how you say it, comedian, whatever. I did not know she had children outside of her twins that she had. I didn't know that. I did think it's just, Monique is a little weird, in my opinion. Shout out to Monique. I think you're funny and whatever. But there's some weird things that happened along the way to her, getting her Grammy. I'm not her Grammy, but her Oscar or whatever. I didn't know she had this other son that's apparently grown. Because she went on to Shannon Sharp. Shout out to Shannon Sharp, killing the game right now on YouTube as a content creator. She went on his show and she was talking about whatever, because I haven't even seen it. But apparently her son saw it. And he wasn't happy about it. And honestly, go and watch it. Go and watch his response to what his mom says. Because I do think Monique can come across as very much, I don't want to say she's being a victim, but people who understand media can understand how to make them say, I'm so sorry, and the door's open, all that kind of stuff. I understand, even though I haven't seen what she said, exactly how that can come across and how you can get the people in your corner to think that it's not me. I have open arms. So apparently Monique went on there and talked about how she really wasn't a mom and didn't want to really be one. She was chasing fame. That's the little snippet of what I understand. And then her son went on the internet somewhere and talked about it. And I understood everything he was saying. Listen, in my opinion, he ate her alive. And in the most non-disrespectful way you could do it, he ate her alive. Because everything he said sounded true. All of it. The way he read, he read her for filth, in my opinion. He didn't call her mean or ugly or, a terrible person, none of that. But he read her for filth, in my opinion. So, but anyways, I mentioned Monique because I was like, is Jay-Z like the Monique version just as a daddy? That's what the streets are saying, Like I said, I don't know. Listen, it's all alleged, okay? Don't come over here. I don't have Beyonce money. I don't have money. I have some money for Chanel and Louis Vuitton, okay? Okay, just a little bit. Just saying. I don't have Beyonce money. They run around here buying homes that cost $180 million. It's asinine. But if I had that, I probably would. Listen, I don't knock people. Buy whatever you want. Listen, because I can guarantee them buy whatever I want. Whether you understand it or not, okay? But I'm just like, what do you have in a home? And I love to watch real estate TV shows. It's like, what do you have in a home that costs $180 million? And then two, my thing is, I live in a very middle class, quaint house, 4-bedroom home in Houston, Texas, okay? In my little quaint home, I'm just like, this light, these electric companies are so disrespectful. Let me just start there, okay? Because my light bill, I don't really pay the bills like that, but I've seen it a few times, and it's like $500. So, to give you perspective, that's my little 4-bedroom home in middle-class America, Houston, Texas. What is Jay-Z and Beyonce's light bill? In a $187 million home. Do the math on that. So my thing is, you can't even move in if you can't afford the lights. I'm just saying. You gotta say, who's lighting that house? It has to be lit, right? And then, I don't know. I'm not shading them because I know who I am. I know that I'm made for 5-star hotels and room service. Don't get it twisted. Her over here, listen, she likes the lavish lifestyle. You know, I'm over here always trying to see how I can get a bag. Just saying, 2 or 3. But so when I think about, you know, being grateful in life and, you know, all the things that we have, I'm just like, you know, the opulence, you know, and again, like I said, even if you could say, oh, I could afford a not even 187 million, and I'm throwing out numbers. I don't know if that was the real cost of their home, but I know it's expensive, beyond expensive. Even if you said $50 million home, again, what's the light bill? What's the taxes like? What's popping? That's all I'm saying. It's a lot. So it's a lot more that goes into, you know, I would love to have an 8,000 square foot house. But again, who paying these taxes? Because at the end of the day, you can own that house all you want to. You're still going to pay taxes. And whomever you leave your home to are going to pay taxes until they sell it. So you could leave it to your little broke best friends, you know, your little grandkids that ran your house down into the ground with the little stank little girls that brought, hood rat boys that brought over. Now grandma property then went to hell in a handbasket. Anywho, guys, like I said, thanks for tuning in to Chanel's Reality. Today we talked a little bit about Beyonce. She seems to be turning white. I'm confused about that. I am, and I'm not really that. Like I said, I'm not a what do you call it? Conspiracy theorist or whatever the case may be. I don't think the Illuminati made her do it. Whatever. I don't think that, but I am a little bit concerned because she just it feels more like what people have been saying, which is kind of like you know how people will say things about, oh, somebody put a battery in this person's back. It comes across now a little more to me as like Stepford Wife. If you've ever watched that movie, it's just a little bit creepy. It just is not. I don't know. I've always thought she was different, you know, and you have to be a leader of the pack. You do. You stand out. So I get it. But and now it just feels wrong to me. And so I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping all the people that are making these allegations or whatever it is, comments about her, I hope we're all wrong. And I don't know anything. So let me be very clear about that. All this stuff is alleged. I'm hoping none of it is true. I don't necessarily believe 98% of it, but I can't ignore the fact that it just looks a little off to me. Just slightly off. And, you know, let me know down in there. What did DJ Sky Ritchie or Sky Ritchie? I don't know his name, but shout out to him. He know who I'm talking about. He be like, get down to the chatterization. I love it. But again, guys, like I said, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off in the chat. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Share my video. Hit the notification button as well. It's a free and easy way. When you like my channel, you subscribe, you share my videos. It's a free and easy way to support my channel. Okay? So I just would love y'all's support. I'm trying to build my community over here in Chanel's Reality. Anyway, talk to you next time. Bye.